Hey Taurus, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, May 14th to Sunday, May 20th, 2018. Now, before I get started, I just want to let you know there's a new moon happening this month, this week, in your sign on Tuesday. It's a big one. It's a rare one. Does not happen too often. Going to affect you big time. The reason for that is because it's Uranus. Changing signs, moving into Taurus, which it only does once every 8 years, where it changes signs, and it only does once every so many years. It actually isn't in Taurus that often. The last time Uranus was in your sign was in 1930, the 1930s. So this is things that many of us have never lived through before. Coming in, and I think it's just going to be big, bringing lots of unexpected things at this new moon, and lots of unexpected things to you, to your identity, to who you are, to how you express yourself authentically over the next 8 years coming in. If that's something you want to learn more about, what this moon means for you specifically, please check the link down below in my description box in order to get the information there on that in a more detailed kind of manner. I am going to talk about Uranus in this video, in this weekly. I'm going to talk about the new moon as well, but I do go into more detail there for you, and I wanted to let you know about that because I got a lot of other things to cover today, so I won't be able to go super in detail. But just want to let you know it's there in the description box if you want it. Now, for your weekly, Taurus, what we've got this week, I'm actually going to start with Mars, and I'm going to start with Uranus. We've got Mars happening here. It's going to start the week in Capricorn. It's going to end in Aquarius. We also have Uranus here, going to start the week in Aries, going to end in your sign. Okay, what that means with Mars here in Capricorn, that's your 9th house of something new and different that you have not done before. With Uranus and Aries in your 12th house of inside, spirituality in the past, and here they are squaring. And they're going to square each other the whole week. And I think what that can bring here is you wanting, with Uranus in your 12th house, to overcome the past, to overcome old situations, to break free from that, to be more free to express yourself, to create a new identity for you, for who it is that you are, that I think you're trying to work out this week. I think it could be a little bit difficult for you to break free from the past because maybe there's something new going on for you that's taking you out of your comfort zone here. I actually think you may have a little bit of an easier time with this than some of the other signs because of the 9th house. But I think you're trying to break free from the past to become someone else here, and you're having to move out of your comfort zone to do something you've never done before. Maybe that's making it hard for you to find that inner peace. I think you realize there's a transformation in your identity that needs to occur, or that is about to occur, but maybe you're unsure whether or not this new direction is the direction that's the best for that. And I think this square here saying you need to let yourself take this new direction and to adjust yourself internally and to overcome the past so that you can move forward in this new way, being very good. All right, so that's what's happening at the beginning of this week. Then on Tuesday, very shortly after, Mars leaves Capricorn and enters Aquarius in your 10th house of your career, your reputation, and your social standing. And Uranus leaves your 12th and enters your 1st. Okay, in Taurus. And what that's going to bring then towards the end of the week is you thinking more seriously now about your career, about where your life is going, and about how you can adjust your perspective of who you are to step into this career. Okay, that's going on. I think you're realizing there's some new person that you need to be, breaking ties with the past, moving forward, creating some new identity. And I think you're just trying to figure out and perhaps to negotiate how you express or work towards expressing that new identity that is just waiting to be born. Okay, and I think what you're trying to figure out is, in order for me to express this identity, what new things do I need to do? What new career, what new life direction do I need to have? And how do I move forward on that to set myself up the best that I can, to let my personality, let my identity take a different form that I think will be much better for you coming in. Okay, I think it could be big for sure, scary, a lot of things going on, but I think some new direction is going to be key for you, and especially some new direction that will allow you to express yourself in new and different ways, being more free. Okay, I think if you can allow yourself to do something new, to have a new career, have a new life direction, to move in some place you've never been before, coming in, it's going to help you here where Chiron is, with Mars making a sextile to Chiron this week, to be more at peace with your life and overcome the past. Okay, So that's what I think is going on with you. Sometimes the 12th house is a little interesting to interpret. You got to interpret it differently than some of the other houses. So that's why sometimes I stumble in some of your horoscopes, depending on what houses I'm talking about, because some of them function in a very unique way, and the 12th house is one of those. Saying it really is time for you to step into some new identity, putting your life in some new direction. And I think it's really all about figuring out for you what direction that is and how you can create a direction that will let yourself feel the most free to let your identity emerge. That's happening. And I think you're starting, that's happening. And I think you're starting to get a little bit of an idea, or more of an idea, of what that is this week. Okay, while that's going on, as you're getting that idea, we also do have a new moon in Taurus here in your sign, really helping, I think, to catapult you, even though you may still have some frustrations, some anxiety, but I think this new moon really helping to catapult you into this new identity, to feel more free, to express yourself, to do the things that you want, and to rethink who it is that you are, all right? So that's what's going on at the beginning of this week. I see it in a very, very big way in your chart. All right. Now you're going to sit with the most of the week. Then once we get to the weekend, Friday and Saturday, some other things start to come in. And on the weekend, we have Mercury here in your first and a trine with Saturn in your ninth. And I think what starts to come in over the weekend is you start to communicate more, either with other people, or think to yourself about you, about who you are, and about this new person you're becoming, or something new that you're doing that will ultimately help provide perhaps some of the structures for a new identity to emerge. Maybe at the beginning of the week, you were uncertain. What new thing do I need to do? What new direction? What new career do I want? Is this new career direction really the best for me? And I think towards the end of the week, you start to understand, okay, what you need to do, where your life is going. You start to step into it, and that's where over the weekend, more of the conversations start to become, where you start to have more serious conversations now that you're committing to this new thing, moving forward on some new path, living some new life, letting a new identity emerge, and you begin to think and communicate. I like to think in a more positive way now that perhaps some of the big changes occurred earlier. All right. I think thinking about yourself and a new person, who you want to become, what your new identity is going to look like, is going to be very important. That's because Mercury, as it trines Saturn, is going to be in a square over here to the North Node in Leo, which rules your 4th house of home and family. Okay, and also of your emotions. So I think you thinking about your new identity here is then going to help you feel better emotionally, work better with home and family, maybe have a new home and family as well coming in, and start to build your life on a foundation that hopefully resonates with you more, that you can build off of for years to come. All right, so that's what's happening there. While that's going on, the weekend, we also do have Jupiter here in Scorpio in a trine with Neptune, and Jupiter is going to be in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, usually of the one-on-one variety. And Neptune is in your 11th house of your goals, your dreams, and your hopes for the future. So I think as you're committing to some new identity and trying to get emotionally comfortable with it, work better with home and family, build more of a foundation in your life that can support this new identity, I think relationships are going to be very important for you to help you envision a new future for yourself. Maybe you're envisioning a new future with your relationship. So it's not just you that's becoming a new person, but now your relationships have to adjust to this person you are becoming as well, and to this new life that you see for yourself. Okay, maybe you're envisioning a different kinds of relationships coming in too, okay, that you're working on. Maybe it's to where the past, it was hard for you to figure out what's going on with my relationships. What relationships do I need? What people in my life do I need in the future? What commitments do I need to make? I think now that you have a better idea of who it is that you are, that you're committing to this person and moving forward on it, now some of your questions in relationships are getting answered, and it's becoming easier for you to see a future with people, with certain people, or in certain kind of ways moving on. Okay, so that's happening there. Then the last thing I want to mention is going to happen on Sunday, so the very end of this week into next week, and that's going to be Venus moving out of Gemini and into Cancer, which for you is going to be your 3rd house of talk and communication, which is going to make towards the very, very end of this week, especially with Mercury involved, communication important. I think you're trying to communicate more about money and about your relationships in a way that feels better for you towards the end of this week. I think the more you can communicate about your relationships, about people in a nurturing way, nurturing yourself, nurturing others through this process, getting more comfortable with everything that's occurred is going to help you feel much better about who it is that you are. Okay, Venus is ultimately going to square Chiron though, so even though you're starting to feel much better about who you are, make more sense of it, communicate better in ways about your new identity, perhaps there are still some things from the past that are lingering and really needing to fight any desire to go backwards, really needing to fight anything inside you that may not feel quite comfortable, so that you can allow yourself to move forward into new chapters, having new relationships, being a new identity, and being more open about what that new identity is and integrating that identity more into your life, even if there are still some things from the past that are lingering or that like you're still kind of thinking about, okay? And to not let those things distract you from all of the goodness that lays before you, all of the new possibilities and people that are coming to you or that you are now working with, all right? So that's what I see for you, Taurus. Your card for the week is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. This to me does normally indicate a reversal of fortune. Of course, Wheel of Fortune reversed, coming in. If your life has been one way, if you feel like life has been hard, I would expect now the opposite to come in. Life to change, things to get better and things to get easier with this card. I definitely see that happening for you. I think this week, this time, these past few months, and maybe even another few weeks moving forward is really a big time for you to see yourself as someone totally different completely, to step into new chapters. I don't want to say erase the past, but kind of, to kind of get rid of the past and move into new territories. And I think that's what this card is saying. Let your fortune change. Wait, be open to receive what is coming to you, what new life awaits, and to just go there and to accept it and to like it. And I think it will be good. I see lots of good things coming to you as long as you aren't holding on to an old life, an old identity that now is no longer meant for you. All right, so that's what I've got for you this week, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching your horoscope. My horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.